What's up, guys? Today we are back with another Smogon World Cup video from the quarterfinals. Another good match. My buddy and teammate dragonuser versus another friend of ours, Mizuhime. She's representing Team Canada. Of course, dragonuser is representing Team US East. He's going to be on this side. Now, I know that some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, have been waiting for more Road to Top 10s and more Pokemon Zeta. I do apologize. In all honesty, this past week and a half has been kind of tough on me and my family since something happened, and I honestly haven't been feeling like recording longer videos, as that would mean I have to spend more time on my computer, and on top of that, it means like with Zeta, I like to have fun. Same thing with my Showdown live, so I don't know if I'd be able to do that for especially that long, because I don't want to put on some facade that everything's okay, because it's not. But things are getting better. I'm not gonna lie, things are getting better. I'm feeling a lot better. My family's feeling better, which is, great for us. Sorry to deviate from the battle, but I just wanted to share that because I felt like I didn't need any excuse. No, this is a hobby of mine that I do. I'm in no obligation to do anything, but I still felt like sharing that, so that's why. Anyway, enough talking, at least about me. Let's get into the match. So, dragonuser is going to be leading off with his Deoxys defense. Keep in mind, guys, that even though Deoxys was banned, the ban didn't take place until the semifinals, which actually we ended up making it to. US East, I believe, won versus Canada 6-2, but I haven't showed you guys any losses from us, so maybe this will be an upset. So, Mizuhime decides to lead off with her T-Tar as dragonuser decides to lead off with his Deoxys defense. He's really defensive, no pun intended, so he's going to go for Stealth Rocks as Mizuhime ends up outspeeding him, revealing that she is running a Choice Scarf T-Tar. So he's going to want to switch out into his Rotom Wash, as Deoxys defense will be a good death fodder later on and can potentially get up Hazard versus Ferrothorn. As Mizuhime, she predicts that very nicely, pulls a double, or a switch rather, into her Latios. So dragonuser is not going to want to stay in. He's going to switch out into his Aerodact just to take on this Latios, and he's actually going to choose to go for the Sacred Sword, predicting either Tyranitar or Ferrothorn to want to come in. Most likely Ferrothorn, since Tyranitar definitely would not risk coming in versus an Aerodact, especially when it's not a defensive T-Tar. So this Sacred Sword does nothing to this Ferrothorn. This Ferrothorn is definitely physically defensive, so he's going to go for the Shadow Ball, which is about the same, but he's not taking Iron Barb's damage turn per turn. And right here, Mizuhime is going to choose to go for the Protect after setting up her Stealth Rocks. That way, in the following turn, she can definitely survive any one hit and actually reveal that she is packing the Knockoff. I'm liking Knockoff on Ferrothorn. It's becoming a lot more common for Aerodact that think they can just get free hits off versus Ferrothorn and wear it down. So she's able to knock it out with the Knockoff, as now dragonuser is going to go out into his Greninja, predicting Mizuhime to want to go for Protect, since Ferrothorn, if it gets back enough HP and she defogs or Rapid Spins, I'm thinking that she's running Rapid Spin over defog because she has obviously Excadrill. It can potentially come in on Rotom Wash for free and get off a Leech Seed or a Power Whip, so he's going to go for Substitute. Now, it wasn't necessary. I think it was more like a flashy play than the best play to make, if anything, because dragonuser will be able to knock out the Ferrothorn with the Ice Beam, but Mizuhime still has her Gardevoir, and Gardevoir does have Hyper Voice, and Sound Moves go through Substitute. So basically, it just meant that Greninja lost HP, but he did look, I guess he looked cool right there, predicting the Protect. So right here, dragonuser decides that he only needs damage on this Gardevoir, that way he can go for Aerial Ace with his Mega Aerodactyl to knock it out. He has no reason to go for Hydro Pump, as it has a chance to miss. All he needs is damage, and Greninja's not really going to be doing much to a team that has Excadrill support. It's really going to be worn down turn per turn by Stealth Rocks, Sandstorm, and its own Life Orb. So he's going to choose to just get off the damage on this Gardevoir, as Mizuhime is going to decide to Mega Evolve her Gardevoir, go right for the Hyper Voice, knock out Greninja through the sub, as now dragonuser has a free switch into his Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl is actually a pretty big threat. He's going to choose to Mega Evolve right here, as Mizuhime does decide to save her Gardevoir for most likely Rotom Wash, as he is going to go right for the Aerial Ace. Now, at that range of HP, Mizuhime doesn't know, but dragonuser is not running Earthquake. He's running the two Elemental Fangs, I believe Ice Fang and Fire Fang, Stone Edge, and Aerial Ace. So he doesn't really have a surefire way of knocking out T-Tar at that range of HP. He can go for Stone Edge, and it's a roll. It does like 45 to 50 something, if I remember correctly, to Choice Scarf T-Tar. But he has no reason to risk the Stone Edge, as he can just easily switch out into Garchomp to potentially get off the Iron Barb damage, as Mizuhime decides to pull a double switch into her Excadrill, predicting the Earthquake because she is running an Air Balloon. So this isn't too bad for Dragon User, as Excadrill, especially with an Air Balloon, cannot knock out Garchomp at this range of HP. So Dragon User is actually going to choose to go for the Dragon Claw just to break her balloon. Honestly expecting the Rapid Spin, I believe he told me, but either way, taking the Earthquake damage isn't really going to matter too much, as he is able to break her balloon with the Dragon Claw, which means later on he could potentially spam Earthquakes. And also that damage is great because if he does decide to spam Outrages, if he gets rid of Mega Gardevoir, he can potentially 2-hit KO the Excadrill. It will not be a switch-in. So he decides to switch out into his Rotom Wash, and now he's going to predict Mizuhime to want to switch out into her Latios. So he's going to end up going for the Volt Switch, go right back out into his Aerodactyl. And this is a Pokemon, especially with Sand down, that Mizuhime, she does not have any switch-ins to. So he's going to go right for the Ice Fang. The reason he went for Ice Fang over Aerial Ace was in case Mizuhime decides to save her Latios, and potentially try and pull a switch into Thundurus, predicting the Aerial Ace, and then go for the Thunder Wave from there, because a crippled Aerodactyl would definitely help out Mizuhime. So that was like his quote-unquote safest play, though Ice Fang could have potentially missed, but it doesn't. Either way, he's able to knock out the Latios, as Mega Aerodactyl is so fast, outspeeding Scarf T-Tar. Even regular Aerodactyl outspeeds Scarf T-Tar. He's able to go for the Stone Edge and knock him out, as now basically Dragon User has to play around the Sandstorm turns. So Mizuhime makes a good bait, goes out to Drill just to bait out the Rotom Wash, as she is going to pull a good double into her Mega Gardevoir. And that's the reason why Dragon User saved his Deoxys defense. That way he could sack it to this Mega Gardevoir to get the free switch into his Aerodactyl once again. So Mizuhime goes right for the Hyper Voice, able to knock out the Deoxys, as now Dragon User does have the free switch into his Aerodactyl. And it still does have one more switch after that, even with Stealth Rock. So he's going to go right for the Aerial Ace. He's able to knock him out, as now Mizuhime is going to go right out into her Excadrill, and decide to go right for the Iron Head just to weaken this Rotom Wash, because at that range of HP, she can actually knock it out with Thundurus's Thunderbolt. So she's thinking her win condition is getting a full para on Mega Aerodactyl, because at this point in time, she doesn't know that Garchomp is Choice Scarf. So she goes right for the Thunderbolt on the Rotom Wash, able to knock it out, as now Dragon User is going to go out into his Mega Aerodactyl. He knows that in order for him to win, he just needs one more Life Orb hit on Thundurus. That way Garchomp can just come in and go right for the Outrage. In all honesty, I think this play would have been the same had he went out to Garchomp, because even if he went for Outrage and it didn't knock it out, Life Orb would have knocked out Mizuhime anyway, and then he would have just won with Mega Aerodactyl. And the reason I think that would have been the cooler play is because alright, when we were team building, when everybody was team building, Dragon User was like obsessed with Mega Aerodactyl. He had like 4 variants of this team, so I guess it would have been cooler because he still would have had Mega Aerodactyl. But either way, Mizuhime is going to go right for the Thunder Wave, leaving Aerodactyl with this present, getting the full para, and at this point, she's able to knock him out with the Thunderbolt. But like I said, it is Choice Scarf for Garchomp, and after 2 Life Orb hits, there's no way Thundurus can survive an Outrage. So that was a really good game, really close. You know, good games, Canada. We are, like I said, guys, we won 6-2 versus Canada. We are on to the semifinals. We are facing Spain once again. And yeah, I'll be coming back with more matches. I'm actually going to be uploading the advanced game, Gen 3, that BKC had, and most likely the black and white game that we had from this round. So definitely stay tuned for my matches. I'm actually playing mine on, I'm playing mine on Saturday around 3:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to, join Smog Tours, that's all on you if you guys want to do that. And yeah, guys, I'm feeling better, so I definitely will be uploading more Road to Top 10s and Zeta in the near future. So thank you for being patient. So that's it, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, later.